Good morning to those who listen. It's November 1st, 2024, 12:17 a.m. And I just wanted to show you some things. Not to say, oh, yeah, you've had a hard life. I just want to show you the things I've been through that God has gotten me through. So this is like a testimony. 2014, though. I don't know the exact date. I was having neuropathy problems. I couldn't feel my feet. My feet would always be numb or tingling. Some parts of my legs and arms and hands. They couldn't figure it out. Did tons of tests. And nobody could ever figure it out. Somebody suggested going to the chiropractor. And then after I went to the chiropractor, it was gone. And then I was also having, high blood pressure from it. And, what was I going to say? The fast heartbeats and the heart palpitations. But then once I did chiropractor, it was better. But this was this is when I exactly put it in on Facebook before I went to YouTube. I had a bunch of food allergies. They couldn't figure out how I suddenly just got all these food allergies all of a sudden. I was also had a lot of animal and trees and pollen and all that too. But suddenly, I think when I moved to Colorado, I was having sinus infections. So the doctor suggested that which I think is a mistake now, to get allergy shots, and I got allergy shots for a while, and then they weren't doing nothing. So then they finally said, "Oh, just forget about doing them." But who knows? They might have done something then. But anyways, look at all this. So I also had sinus infection, 2 ear infections in the last 2 months. I was on antibiotics for 35 days. That's what I think was wrong too. They should have never kept me on antibiotics for that long. And prednisone for 5 days. So I also had high blood pressure problems then too, along with the peripheral neuropathy. So this is a testimony to say that God got me through this, because I thought I was dying back then too. I lost 70 pounds in 9 months. So here's the list of all the stuff I was allergic to, which was pretty much everything. There was only 7 foods that I could eat. So even back then I was asking people to pray for me. At that point, I lost 34 pounds in the last 7 months. Maybe it was a little longer. I lost a lot of weight though, and I kept a food journal back then. And I was literally eating anywhere from like 800 calories to like 1,200 calories a day. It was not much. A lot of my diet was chicken and potatoes. Those were foods I could eat that was safe. So I steamed my chicken, and then I boiled my potatoes. So, and there was some drinks I could have that was fine. I could do some of the gluten-free foods, but I had a problem for a long time. And then when I started going to church, it was right right before or right after Easter, so of 2017. And then right after that, it wasn't immediately, but it was like a month or 2 after that, I started finally getting better. And it was kind of slow, but then I could start eating certain things again, certain stuff at a time. But it took me like another 6 months to get over it completely. But so that's just my testimony to say God got me through a lot of crazy stuff when I thought I was dying. There was another time when all of a sudden, out of the blue, I would just have really super high blood pressure and my heart would race so fast. And I couldn't figure out what was doing it. I have some ideas, but we'll just keep that out of it. And I remember one night I thought it might have been the fracking, but there was other things too that it could have been. But one night I was just sitting down watching a comedy show on TV, and I was laughing, relaxed as could be, and all of a sudden my heart was going crazy. So checked my blood pressure. It was, what was it? It was 260 over 180. It was really high, super high, and my pulse was like 155. And I called, the ambulance, and then the ambulance, of course, took me to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, they put me in a room, and they didn't hook me up to any monitors or anything. They just stuck me in the room, and then I had to wait an hour for the doctor to come. And then somebody came right before the doctor and says, we think you're making this all up. You're trying to commit suicide. You're trying to kill yourself. And I'm like, what? And then you have to go through the psych evaluation test first before the doctor will even see you. And then if I didn't pass it, they were going to put me in they were going to send me to Grand Junction, which is a long ways away. And they were going to pretty much, lock me up for 3 days. And I'm like, what in the world? So I had to do their stupid test, which of course I passed. But it was just ridiculous that, whatever was happening to me, they just thought, oh, I'm making it up. But I was purposely, how can anybody, even if I said, that's what I kept telling them, I said, how could somebody purposely make their blood pressure that high? I said, I could have ran, I was just sitting there. If I would have ran a marathon and then got really angry and upset and gone, I don't even think I could do it then. So it was just really stupid. And in the ambulance, they're like, you need to be calm. I said, I'm calm. And then they're like, and then all the way there, they're saying, yeah, you're right, you are calm. But my heart was still going nuts. So I don't know what was going on there, but I have some ideas that some other people might know out there. Hint, hint, Laura. I won't say it out loud. But anyway, just a testimony to say that God has gotten me through a lot. And whatever's going on here, He's going to get me through this too. Thanks for watching. God bless.